Okay, everybody, we got ourselves a 4 Zoomers versus Beastcoast, part of the BTS tournament. It is game 2, 1-0 advantage to 4 Zoomers. We did not watch game 1, so we do not know exactly what's going on here. We got Husky on the keeper of the light. We got Gunner looking cute, or telling me I'm cute. Thank you, Gunner. On the mid, TA, Moo on the offlane, Brewmother, Z-Freak on the 4 position, Tuskar, and EternaLEnVy on the position 1 axe. On the other side, we got Beastcoast Mariano with the 4 position, I believe, Hoodwink, Stinger. Maybe he's the 4 position. Yeah, looks like he's the 4 position. Enchantress, Schofield playing Carry Void and what looks to be an aggro tri-lane. Whisper in the solo safe lane Mars to get the matchup against the Broodmother. And PP, maybe Pi, but I think PP sounds funnier. With the mid lane Razor countering the TA. So looking to go for some lane dominance on the side of Beast Coast. Axe definitely does not want to lane against a tri-lane. So really looking forward to seeing how they punish EternaLEnVy here. He's probably going to get a triple kill as I say that, but they don't appear to know what's afoot.
Banana slam jam.
I'm just looking at these lanes and thinking, if I'm an off lane, or sorry, a safe lane Faceless Void against Broodmother, that just sounds bad. So they've swapped it up, giving him the better lane because he has 2 really strong supports, if you include the slow from the Enchantress, as well as the Blightstone plus the Bushwhack of the Hoodwink. Getting some sucky suck up in the mid lane, steals 28 damage, should get him off to a good CS start. As Gunner actually takes the Side Blades, helps him with the range, but the Refraction may be useful for canceling out that bonus damage with the 25 damage for level 1 Refraction, but Jenkins says he's to change my name or he's copy striking me. Whatever it takes to stay relevant, my friend, whatever it takes. I'll mention you in a video if you copyright strike me. That will be the most relevant thing you've done in a while. Let's look at the CS. What is this jank-ass CS chart? Razor doing well in the mid lane. TA not doing too bad as he's going to farm up a small camp. Already leaving lane level 2. Not so hot. Going for the bottle, interestingly enough. I feel like I see a decent amount of TAs just go boots here. And that allows you to outrun the static link of the Razor. I don't feel like you're using enough mana this early on in the game to spam a bottle. But, you know, Gunner, he may arguably be a better mid laner than I. Just expressing my reservations on his build here. As we got Whisper in the bottom lane, getting a little zoned out. Looks like Z-Freak is content to stay here as top lane. EternaLEnVy 7-0 to the 6-1 of the Void, but they do have lane equilibrium now. In a tri-lane, it's all about this lane equilibrium, as Schofield is going to keep it outside a tower such that it does... so that the lane just shoves right back into the Axe, who was otherwise going to be completely zoned. So the option here is to keep it near his tower, or to look to dive with a double wave. Usually against Coddle, I would proceed to not go for the double wave action, but Beast Coast, arguably better players than myself as well, have chosen the route of doubling up this wave and diving Envys. Now, if Envy is zoned away from the CS, then this will pay off. So they are going to dive him here. Doesn't have the battle hunger. Getting really aggressive. This is the correct play if they elected to do what Schofield did. They even fortify the creep wave because it is the 3-minute mark. Gets taunted. Already used Time Walk though. No salve on... okay, he does have a salve on Mariano. But now Z-Freak forced to TP up here. The question was that better than just keeping the lane at your tower? Maybe. Honestly, I don't know. I would have gone the other route, but I can see what they were going for, and it might have been better. So, bottom lane, 13-5, 13-7. Z-Freak's presence here looks like he didn't really shut down Whisper all that much. No spiders yet, so those are all regular CS. Void gets called up. I don't know about blasting on top of the call. I feel like you would want to blast, like, backwards. Because, obviously, once he gets called and spun on 3 times, he's just going to time walk. So, a little bit of a weird champ there from Husky. Gunner keeping up in levels with PP here as Refraction's out, but honestly, Razor can't really do much. So the funny thing is, I feel like TA could have gone Boots to dodge the static link, and Razor could have gone Bottle to just control the wave, and they went opposite. And I think Razor not going Bottle actually kind of hurt him here. I don't think he needed the 3 points in static link. I think he could have just maximized Plasma Field, because without the mana and health from Bottle, he's not able to chase the TA. Like, look at this. He's chasing, but Gunner's already finished the camp. So he's just gone. So what I'm seeing here is if he had gone Bottle first, gotten the mana, maxed out his Q to push the wave, he could have done this exact same thing, but earlier. So I am going to flame Peepee here, as he is having some size issues. Top lane, we've got Z-Freak wrapping behind Stinger, already pretty low from God knows what. Will be dying here. Gunner is in the countered matchup here, and doing just fine. This is the TI qualifiers for the bot TI, for BTS, for people wondering what tournament this is going to refill the bottle for PP. Actually elects to not fill it, I guess, because he had 2 charges already. Husky looks like he's going to take over the lane, and EternaLEnVy going to hit up the newts. No Vanguard, only level 4. I can just tell you from personal experience on Axe, you usually want to wait till level 5 to hit up the jungle. It feels pretty bad to do it at level 4. The level 2 spin, it just doesn't quite cut it. So this isn't ideal. This isn't a, dude, just take the lane, bro. I'm farming jungle. This is sweet. This is a, I don't want to be in lane anymore. Get me the fuck out kind of situation. As bottom lane, pretty bore snore. Haven't been looking at it too much. We got Mars versus Brood. Pretty even, but there's probably going to be some action coming on soonish down here, as both Hero 6 is like a pretty significant threat to the other guy. We got almost Mars Arena, which maybe a +1 could be enough to kill Moo here. The problem is, though, he is have a tri-laning on his team, which means both of his supports are under-leveled. So maybe the assistance will be a bit delayed. Razor, not exactly the best hero to kill Brood, even during the arena. So Mariano is going to come bottom. Is it going to be enough? I feel like the fact that he's level 3 might make this not enough. There's only one way to find out, BSJ. As they dive the Keeper of the Light top, good movement. I remember telling you in my last coaching session that if you boot the carry out of lane, you push in the lane and then kill the 5. That is the only option. It is the only reasonable choice. Beastcoast showing us why they're a TI quality team. And this is exactly what I said. Man, how good am I? They are going to boot him out of lane. Is that good enough? That forced a Razor TP while a TA is just farming. I don't know if that's good enough. We'll see. So Mars used Arena, and they TP'd 3 heroes here, and Mars is the one going back to base. I'm going to call that a net loss. Top lane, Axe is going to TP in. They have Chronosphere. This is just EternaLEnVy Dota. I guess he knows, since Razor doesn't have TP, that it's pretty hard to dive him here. So this is kind of showing the cost of Razor TPing bottom. Because I assure you, EternaLEnVy would not have made this TP if Razor... Because if he made this TP and Razor was not bottom, then the Razor would have just done this. And then he's dead. I think that's a bad first move by Beastcoast here. As Moo pushing the tower, putting a lot of pressure here. All the spiders, even Delta splitting them so Whisper gets scouted out and... Oh, actually sends the tanky spiders at Whisper so the W doesn't kill them. That's pretty cool. Okay. Because if those are the squishy spiders, then they just die. Axe farming up a stack here on EternaLEnVy. Is going to lose his tower, but he delayed it and got some lane XP, so that's pretty good efficiency by him there. I would like to call that efficiency. Going for the stun. An unreliable stun against a hero that moves at 450 move speed. Nice try. As don't really know what Beastcoast is doing down here. I feel like TA is loving this, and I feel like Axe is fine with this. Stinger with the cancel TP, baiting Z-Freak out of position, saying, come get me, bro. Come get this sweet Bambi ass. And Z-Freak really feeling lonely during COVID. He says, I gotta go get it. And he died. Gunner farming up Ancients, going for the Dragon Lance. Pretty standard TA build. Continuing to pressure bottom pretty smartly, though. As was consistently scouting Whisper out, zoned him away, and then took the tower. So not feeding spiders. Moo, despite playing like a different role every single time I look at him, has played a lot of offlane in his day. You may remember second place TI Timbersaw Moo. That is the player we were watching here. TI, I believe, 6. Mariano, level 4. That is the problem with this aggressive tri-lane. Is the Coddle level 5, Tusk level 4. We got both supports on level 4 for Beastcoast. So just slightly under-leveled. It's not massive. But now Gunner. All the space in the world. Early Dragonlance. Level 10 Talon. This guy's basically Sniper. He hits from 530 range. That's not even close to Sniper. Whisper. Going for the Blink Dagger. That first rotation really fucked him, though, because he used his arena and then had to base. And I can just tell you from Mars's perspective, if you get booted out of lane like that early, you just fall behind really quick. Mars is a hero that's feast or famine, whether or not he can threaten you out of lane or whether you threaten him out of lane. It's just day and night difference. But he's going to TP mid. Whisper. Shh. He's going to go in. He's roleplay. No. We'll blame the ping. Gives the celebratory tilt God's Rebuke on nothing right there. Gotta respect that. Gotta respect that. No arena now. And Whisper returns to his duties on the map, which is he's the only hero that deals with the spiders. So he's just not allowed to leave this area. If you're a Mars and you went mid there and you walk top, you're worse than Whisper for missing that arena. You're just an idiot. Schofield, no bash. Reported. No bash. Moo pushing mid lane after getting the kill on Stinger. The problem with that missed rotation, again, is that instead of just losing ability to farm the lane, he loses the ability to defend the tower. So pretty costly uses of arena so far. I mean, this guy's honestly just trash. Like, I would be better at TI than he is. That's just obvious proof based on what I've said so far. Crappa. So, Whisper shits on me daily. Gunner, bottom lane, has the Dragonlance. 2 components of the death, so a little bit over halfway there. Schofield gets the time walk onto the bushwhack from Mariano, who's giving him the good old reach around. And Schofield gonna time walk all of that damage. Good patience with the Chronosphere, but he's just missing so much with the blinding light from Husky. As this is just a disaster. They're getting brood mama. Oh, they're so delicious, says Moo. And Whisper getting this blinding light play. This is a gold tier Dota Plus Keeper of the Light from Husky as they bring down Whisper with the tag team. And that is going to turn into a potential another tower, as that was an investment of an arena as well as a Chronosphere. Gunner, in the meanwhile, just farming up a storm, my friend. Schofield trying to recover, but we saw the other day my TA against Faceless Void. It's not a good matchup for Faceless Void. He relies on killing you in that Chronosphere, and he relies on the sustain from Time Walk. You can't kill TA in a Chronosphere, and you can't sustain when you just die in 2 seconds. So, bad matchup for Faceless Void as Moo going in hot. Z-Freak snowballing onto Mariano, punching Stinger on the way there, and then killing Mariano with the Broodmother's help. Quite good efficiency. Quick drive-by punch to the face. Uppercut to the side there as Peepee really having some size issues again as he's going to get manned up on by Moo with the bigger P. Nope, has the bigger Peepee for a second. Nope, Moo back to the big... Who has the bigger Peepee? Okay, we are going to be forced to TP and Stinger as Gunner. Just living the dream. Now, I guarantee you, on 4 Zoomers in the previous iteration, this was just never the dynamic of the game. How often would Sammy Boy be running at the opponent, farming the enemy triangle, while Gunner farms all the safe part of the map? That just didn't happen, people. It just didn't happen. So we're already seeing the positive changes of the roster coming out for 4 Zoomers, as BSJ, the biased caster, clearly likes EternaLEnVy way too much, should stop being so biased, is talking about him favorably. Whisper gets the arena onto Moo. Spear. Follow up with the Mariana. Miss. Did he miss? The 3-man bushwhack. And they're all dead. 1 bushwhack for every allied hero that's dead. As much as I'm memeing, I'm dead serious that you just never see that dynamic on the previous 4 Zoomers. Schofield. That's why TA is good against Void. Oh, God. I think he could have time walked there, but the AFK, like, that was a tilt AFK, you know what I'm saying? I really do believe that this stand-in is hurting them a lot. No offense to PB, but the fact that he TP'd bottom when I literally said Mars plus Razor is not going to be enough. It made Mars go back to base because he casted Arena, and then it allowed Envy to TP here. And that just led to so much map control loss and net worth advantage for 4 Zoomers. And you can trust that no matter how far ahead he is, Gunner will find a way to die. You can trust. As PP with that Sanj, super tanky. Is he gonna kill? Dude, this sucks, man. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, Hector literally doesn't show up for this trash can game. I mean, I'm memeing about it being trash can, but like Hector, I mean, he has to believe something like that because he just doesn't show up to like any games that aren't TI. Hector's all about the gains. He's all about how much money can I make per game. And you can't make a lot of money per game if you're playing in like really small prize pool tournaments. So he elects to never be at these tournaments. Just like Ana, not quite as bad as Ana, but pretty bad. So we are going to watch this game till the end because I need my YouTube video to be at least 20 minutes. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to milk you guys for as many ads. So, gotta do what you gotta do, BSJ. I mean, actually, I just feel bad if I leave the game, you know, halfway through.
Hope you having a nice day.
Thank you. Broodmother gets speared as they take Roche with the Broodmother plus TA lineup. Broodmother controls the area around it. TA just moseys on in. Tag team to boot. That's some physical damage for everybody. Schofield has rushed the Mjolnir as looking to go all-out damage for that Chronosphere. Don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know how you itemize to survive here. You're against Axe Call, so you can't go anything like Manta or BKB. And you're against TA, who just does a bajillion damage. So you could go armor, but I think you'll just die anyway. So he is going to queue up the Yasha. I mean, I think Manta is honestly his best option. So all he has to do is just Manta dodge the call. And we're good. That's his best route to being able to live. EternaLEnVy has the Manta plus Vanguard, 17 minutes in, looking pretty snazzy with that nakedness of him. Very much like that. Gunner sieging some buildings, as TAs very much do very often. Razor using his PP to try to kill these spiders. Does get a lot of them. Let's just look at the, net worth slowly climbing up. AK in favor of 4 Zoomers, kind of just biding their time, waiting for that 20-minute ag shard timing. They got the Roche about 2 minutes ago, so that means they have 3 minutes, 21:30, which means that they'll have about 1.5 to 2 minutes to make use of the Axe Manta Shard Power Spike and the Aegis. So that is 100% what we are sitting here waiting for. If you need to go get a drink, go to the bathroom, this is the perfect time to do so, except for the fact that they are literally going right now as Gunner smokes up, Blink Dagger, Deso, double damage, and oh my god, shocker, it did virtually nothing to do the smoke. I mean, they actually took back over the enemy jungle. There was a Radiant Ward there, so that allowed them to make this move. What? I don't even think this move was necessary. If they die, I blame that move. Gunner gets caught out by the spear, and the follow-up is Gunner blinking in. Arena into the Gunner respawn spear kill. I am just so shocked that that didn't work for Gunner. That seemed like the perfect power spike to go for. I was looking at all the heroes in the game. I was thinking, 4 Zoomers, they have the advantage. How can they possibly press this lead? And that seemed like the perfect opportunity right there. Really well played by Gunner, just extended a bit too far. There was no clear power spike coming in like the next minute that would just secure the game for free. I couldn't see it, so understandable. Moo going to do the Gunner follow-up, the classic NA strat of instead of hitting a power spike, just farm 3 different places at once and die and get picked off. This is indeed why I literally have brain aneurysms in pubs. is literally a personification of what gives me brain aneurysms. As Schofield time walks in, has the Essence Ring for survivability. They're going to be bleeding kills here, as PP has gone for the disassembled halberd. Very good item against the TA. Has no mana to use it, though. The Arena tried to soak the attacks from Gunner. That was actually kind of cool, but it's not going to be good enough, as none of the attacks from TA went onto him. That's 70% chance. Have they overextended? It looks like yes. EternaLEnVy says, I've had enough of this shit. Get back in your place, Schofield. You're not a carry player. I'm a carry player, Schofield. You're a support player. What are you doing? I actually don't know why he's the one filling in for Hector, but that's fine. You know, whatever. EternaLEnVy, spinning like a real madman here. Went for both the tankiness talents. You mean a bananurism? I'm going to coin that one. I'm literally going to coin that one. Gunner, back in action, hitting the towers like nothing ever happened. Aegis would have been gone by this point anyways. Whatever. Has the Orchid. We saw that in the fight, but haven't really mentioned it. Going for, like, the Orchid Hood Acceptor build. Meanwhile, EternaLEnVy doing EternaLEnVy things. Z-Freak playing around his best kill core. Pretty good map distribution. You know, in NA, as long as you're allowed to farm 3 lanes, life's good. And that's exactly what 4Zoomers is doing here. And sometimes it's to a fault. Sometimes you just blink on the enemy team while your Axis farming Ancients. It's fine. Going in on Schofield. Able to time walk off just barely. But, oh, that Essence Ring paying dividends. Dude, you're just going to get... Oh my god, the Jabate. He Jabated move back in for what? As Gunner is just pelting them with a double damage from long range. As Mars being dead for this entire time meant that 4Zoomers were really not afraid of any counterplay, as EternaLEnVy with just such perfect calculated precision off of that kill bottom just understands his limits perfectly. And Gunner once again playing to the power spikes of his team. Gets speared, snowballed, but now snowball's been used. The Acceptor from the Coddle, will that be enough for the disruption to keep Gunner alive? He is able to blink out. EternaLEnVy gets the blink call Manta style usage onto the Mars. Maybe one of the last times we see this, as next patch is please coming, for the love of God. Gunner still half HP, ready to fight it up, as Husky with the backline blast, finishing off Schofield on the Faceless Void. PP coming in and give him a little piece of this action. Give him some of that PP, as they call the GG from the PP death. 23-55 was the call of the GG. 29-10, 19 kill lead, 19,000 gold lead. 4Zoomers takes game 2 for 2-0. Clean sweep of Beastcoast. Tune in next time for whatever game 4Zoomers will be playing next. Thanks for watching.